Hey everyone, Jeff here, and welcome to another Elder Scrolls Legends Let's Play video. Today we are going to be continuing our Return to Clockwork City expansion playthrough with the start of Act 2, Episode 3, The Ruined City. And once again, I fucked up and showed the intro to Episode 3 at the end of the last video, because it just auto goes, and I don't really know. I guess I should just time it out in the rewards, and then just clip the intro into the next video. That's a lot of work. I got a full-time job. That is a lot of work. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're getting into it. Episode 3 to Ruined City. Let's play. We got a couple options here. We have... is that a dam? I don't really like water, for anyone who's wondering. Not a fan. You could drown in water. Or machines. Maybe we just get our fears out of the way. Conquer our fears first.
The once great city lay empty and eerily silent. But within the hall of regulation, they heard the sinister sound of gears whirring to life.
Alright, so I decided that we're going to take the Lalu Jank back out for a whirl. And the reason is because we did play it through the Fall of the Dark Brotherhood storyline. For the most part, we played this deck the entire time, so everyone really got to see what it could do. But we unlocked a lot of cards for this deck since then, and so it really is new and improved. Like, we have Eclipse Baroness, we have Rage, we have Brynjolf, we have Sails Through Storms. I actually think we need to add some of those cards just to make sure that I have everything. And it really, the more cards you add, the different the deck does become. So we have, obviously, Black Dragon and Marak in here. Astrid, Brynjolf, Sails Through Storms, Tazcad. This deck, Anase, Duke. We have quite a few. We're playing Orb and Goldbrand in here again because we needed cards. Now we need to take one out. We added a 6-drop. Is there a 6-drop we could easily take out? Yeah, probably Wild Beast Caller. I mean, it is a 2-for-1, but sometimes you roll a really, really, really bad animal, and then you wait for turn 6 to play a 3-4, and you get, a Mud Crab or something. And don't get me wrong, a 2-1 could put in work. Snapcast your mage all the way to victory. But I think it's Wild Beast Caller. 6 for a 6, and now we're back in it. I really wish I had a third Manticora. Could just take... If I did scrap Loneth, I would be able to get another legendary. See, I have just enough gems to do that. For anyone following over from the last video, but... Alright. Let's make it happen with our new and improved... I mean, I think it's improved. We added better cards. Better cards doesn't necessarily mean improved. Still need to be able to play it. You still need to be able to get cards out on curve. And I remember this deck having a hard time with that. Now, if our curve started, like if we started with 4, this would be beautiful, right? But we can't really keep any of this. And I actually do remember this deck having a really hard time curving out. Alright, so this mechanic is interesting to me. I saw it used a couple times. Assemble, +0, +2, or guard. And then all the other factotums in your hand and your deck get that bonus. So now every single factotum gets this +0, +2 bonus. I took this card in my arena playthrough, and it was shit. Because there was no other synergy. I was just thinking to myself, okay, 2 for either the flexibility of a 1-3 or a 1-1 with guard seems good, plus I needed a 2-drop, but it wasn't good. And I think that unless you're playing this in this deck, probably should never play it. So we have 2 considerations, Thieves Guild Recruit or Protector of the Innocent. I'm leaning towards Protector of the Innocent just because it clears this, whereas Thieves Guild Recruit kind of doesn't. It does draw us a card, but we could always do that next turn once we have stabilized the board a bit. Like, we could always be drawing cards, right? Alright. Alright. And now our opponent chose +2, +0. So now every every factotum that comes out will get +2/+2. And that actually is a problem. So we'll just Sanctuary Pet this. Gearwork Spider, not familiar. Okay. Prophecy Guard, summon all Gearwork Spiders in your discard pile. Okay. Yeah, probably kill this. Probably Thieves Guild Recruit over here and Protector of the Innocent. Should have drawn first, because that could have influenced our play. Not drawing first is one of those things that drives me crazy. When you play against an opponent in PvP and they do things like draw last, like they'll like take 19 actions on their turn, and then at the very end they'll draw a card, and then you lose to that person, and you say to yourself, why? Why, world, why? But it does happen. Alright. Sure. Well, that's a big deal. Look at this trade value right here. Oh my god. Sure, do we just use Piercing Javelin on that and get it out of the way? We don't have an answer to this then. We could put a Hive Defender there next turn. If we take 4, we get a card. Like, I think that those are the biggest ones that our opponent can make. So, yeah, sure. It is kind of nutty, honestly. I mean, I think we're going to take another 4 and just use Cliff Racer to clear this. Oh, we could have attacked. Oh, yes. Look, I'd rather him use a Crushing Blow on our 3-1 than, you know, yeah, well, we can't be having any of that. So let's go Sanctuary Pet this, Hive Defender. The Hive Defender will eat this. The Sanctuary Pet will kill that. And then we'll just go from there. Maybe our opponent draws a dud next turn and we can just jam Eclipse Baroness and win. Because I think once you play Eclipse Baroness, you win. I think that there's actual hidden subtext on this card somewhere that also says win the game. But I could be wrong. That's annoyingly good here. Because we need to lose our... well, we don't actually. We could keep our Hive Defender, more cool Gatekeeper, this guy, trade in there, trade in here. We wouldn't be able to play Eclipse Baroness, but that actually might be okay here. We'll play this here because then we can play Hive Defender and I don't know. I'm not sure where the best... I think you want your guards here to prevent shadow stuff, and you want your other cards here to just engage cards that your opponent plays. Sure. Will we give our opponent a card? No, I don't think so. Yeah, let's put another... Do we want to put another Hive Defender here? Force our opponent to play over here. Then we can jam Eclipse Baroness and engage whatever they play. Sure. That might be wrong. Our opponent absolutely does not care that there are 3 guards in this lane. 100% not giving a shit. Well... Like I said, jam Eclipse Baroness, and I think we probably just won. Now we discounted this, so we could play this, gain 3 Magicka, and draw a card, and then we'll have 3 to work with to Rapid Shot to draw another card, or maybe we can use the other card we drew to do something cool. I don't think we want to use this on this. But we do want to draw another card. Like, we want to use the 3 that we have. We're just gonna... Yeah, this is good. We could attack, but I see no reason to do so. This is a controlled deck with Rage as a finisher. Like, we are playing the control game. Oh, Thieves Guild Recruit. Let me draw a card. Into a discounted Eclipse Baroness. Value Town. Population us. I just need, like, I just need a banner that when we do stuff like this in these games, I can just hit a button and Welcome to Value Town will just flash across the screen, so that everyone knows that we're there. In case there was any ambiguity whatsoever, you know, when you Thieves Guild Recruit into Eclipse Baroness, you are there.
Let's go then. My time is precious.
Into Sails Through Storms. I think we can punch here. Give our opponent one card a turn. Doesn't seem bad. We have this lane locked down. Yep. Oh. So that one card we gave our opponent was a really good card. How about that? So I guess we probably, unfortunately, just have to... Manticora, one of those. Let's give our opponent one more card. That's all three of these, though, for the record. So our opponent has played all three Assembled Conduits. I really wanted to land Sails Through Storm this turn to do some shenanigans with that, but I honestly don't even think we need to. Now, if our opponent takes this trade to break through, we have Leaf Lurker for it. So, you know, and then Manticora just stays alive, which I think is totally fine. Yep. This is 3 colorless cards, and then sacrifice it to summon an 8/8 Awaken Imperfect with Breakthrough and guard to the lane of your choice. So if we give our opponent these 3 cards, they get a beefy motherfucker, which we don't really want to do, right? We could Rage and then play Sails Through Storms over here and not give our opponent a card this turn to not start triggering this. Unstoppable Rage is a good card, everyone. Alright, sure. Now you get 1 back. That is not a problem. That is not a problem. Let's... Oh, God. We rolled the best, one of the best creatures in our deck, and we're going to steal a 2-cost or a 1-cost creature. Can I just say that I have never heard the ETB Marak whatever before. What is it? You cannot hope to outrun destiny. Only he says it like a badass. That was awesome. I've never actually had an opponent use Marak against me either in all the PvP games that I've played. So I think we just go for it, right? Yep. And then execute that and do this so that we can't accidentally hit another prophecy. Look at this board. Eclipse Baroness, Manticora, Legendary, and then that 1/1 dork. I should have screenshotted that, honestly. Maybe when I go through and rewatch the video, I'll be sure to do that. Is there like is there a title for stealing the worst creature in the game with Marak? No. There should be. Assembled Conduit, okay. And Assembled Sanitizer. Okay, so this expansion is going to give us all the factotums. That's fine. I'm not sure if they're good. I don't see anybody playing them. Again, maybe I'm just playing, since I'm playing at such a low tier in ranked play, I don't know if these make top tier decks, but I haven't seen anyone play them, so I can at least say that.
Remarkable. Those creatures were putting themselves together. If all the machines can do that, there's no telling what we'll find here. Watch your step. There could be traps in the area.
So I think what we'll do here, traps, that sounds fun. We're going to take this warrior deck, and I think we're going to play it. Now, in one of the other videos, I had a conversation with myself on microphone about how the Elder Scrolls Legends community seems to misunderstand what mid-range means in terms of card games. The Elder Scrolls community calls this a mid-range deck. This is an aggro deck. I have won with this deck on turn 4 or turn 5. If you're winning on turn 5, you are aggro. You are not mid-range. Mid-range tends to play a long game to outvalue control decks, right? It's kind of like the circle of life. You have control decks are good against aggro decks are good against mid-range decks decks are good against control decks, right? Because control decks are your classic draw, go, do nothing, and then just, like wipe a board of weenie creatures, and then the aggro decks can't come back from that, and control stabilizes and wins. But the reason control has a problem against mid-range is because mid-range consistently puts value down, and control wants to play the late game, but can't keep up with the every single turn value. Now, when I created this deck, what I did was I selected cards at each cost that provided like the most value in their respective cost. And so in that sense of the the mid-range definition, this is a mid-range deck. And again, you see I really should have 3 Young Mammoths, but I only own 1, 3 Hunting Spirits, but I only own 1. So there's some omissions here. But the point is, and again, I said this in another video, so feel free to skip forward to the gameplay if you already saw that video. Since there's no interaction in this game, like your opponents don't really interact with you, mid-range decks in this game, and by mid-range again, I mean just decks that play super valuable creatures in every spot, tend to play like aggro decks, which I don't actually really enjoy playing. That being said, sometimes it's nice to just close out a game. We're going to play it, and hopefully I can illustrate what I mean by that. And I haven't played this in a while. I think I only played it maybe once or twice. So I think it's actually a really strong deck, just in a vacuum. Like, if I had 2 more of those mammoths, like, I think just adding 2 more mammoths to this deck would make it competitive, like in ranked play. I think it's actually good. I don't know for sure. Ventral Terminus, sure. So our opponent is, a machine. Watch out for traps. Are there trap effects? I don't see any. So this is like 1, 2, 3. Do we keep Rapid Shot? I don't even know if we want that. Probably? Sure. Okay, 5. Not bad. Just gonna do this. Okay. So we just do this, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't see that we necessarily have a better play. Okay. Sure. Huh. Okay. All right. I mean, I dig it. All right. So we'll go. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we just do this. We know what that one does. What does this one do? Oh. Well, that's something we don't have an answer to. Well, this is going to kill that when we attack into it. We might just have to charge into that and kill it, right? Okay. Well, we're not winning on turn 5 this game, but every other card our opponent has played has been a guard, and we're still putting pressure on. Let the record show, we're still putting pressure on. So we want to go rapid shot here, and then we also want to play 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Let's see what happens when we... I don't want to play anything out before I break the trap because I want to see what it does first. Okay. Yeah, that does make sense, right? So maybe we just give up on this again and go 3. Let's see if this triggers first. It does. That is honestly pretty excellent. And then we can go Prophecy, Guard here. I know that we're going to essentially sacrifice this, but it does prevent us from taking some damage, so... I mean, 2 damage, but still. Oh, God. Oh, God. Alright, we're doing it. Well, Triumphant Jarl triggers, but that's kind of bad right now, so we don't want to be doing that. Maybe we do this to get the buff. And now we do this and hope for the best, and then maybe we can Underworld Vigilante into that again. Alright, well... I don't love that. I really don't. I mean, next turn we're on 8, so we can go Garnag and this, or ALS Huntmate and trigger it. Yeah, let's just keep this. Let's just keep it clear. We have something on board. They do not. Of course, they have more tripwires. Right. Right. Of course. Okay. Skaven Pyromancer. 1 time. No. Maybe we just draw some more cards. Like over here. We just draw cards. See what happens. See if we get a Skaven Pyromancer to influence our play. Or Clan Captain. Good draw. Or Circle Initiate. Good draw. Okay, so we'll just do this. Alright, random creature. Fine. That's going to trade here. But then they're left with guards, which are not great. So... we'll do this. That way, if we can somehow, by some miracle, transform this next turn, then we can attack for 4. But I'm sure they draw another guard, right? Oh. Okay. That's actually not the worst thing that could happen. Sure. So I think we go ALS Huntmate, and then attack, flip this, draw the card, and then go from there. As a matter of fact, we probably also play Orc Clan Captain to get in for that extra point of damage. Yeah. Alright, I mean, this would put 2 more points of damage on board. Let's attack here and see what happens. Let's collect all the information we can from the battlefield first. That drew a card. That's fine. I'm going to rapid shot this, and the reason I'm going to rapid shot that is because if I do draw a Pyromancer next turn, it would be a 3-for-1. I'm just going to go for 2 more. I mean, I don't really have a reason not to, right? Sure. 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 These have been annoyingly good, I will say that. Well, this won't draw us a card now, but we could... I don't really want a rapid shot if I'm just gonna attack anyway. Sure. Just don't put a guard. Alright, so it took us 10 turns to win this game with a bunch of guards in the way. Can you see what I mean? That the power this deck puts out is just every single turn it puts out more power, more power, more power. We won. Feels like an aggro deck to me, is all I'm saying. From someone who has played an extensive amount of mid-range and control decks in card games before, this doesn't feel like that. It feels like, you know, an aggro deck. Alright, so we got a couple more factotums. Cool.
That was close. Come on. If the rest of this place is this dangerous, there's no telling what dangers swims may be in.
Of course. He's probably already stolen something else.
Why, Azura, it is. After all these centuries, there are still people down there. They must be the last of Sothisil's worshippers. Careful. I think they see us.
Look, there. More outlanders. To arms, friends. Defend the city.
All neutral cards have prophecy? I mean, this means we need to build a neutral deck with whatever neutral cards we have, right? I mean, we're doing it 100%. Let's make it happen. I don't even think we have any neutral cards. Neutral. Let's do it. Dwarven Spider, so bad. Mudcrab, so bad. Shadowmere? Yeah, why not? Assembled Sentry. Okay, so let's just play... Crocodile seems great, right? Deal 1 damage to your opponent? Sure. You must deal 2 damage to a friendly creature, but it's a 3/2 otherwise? Sure. This buffs creatures. Sure. Do we just play all of our factotums? Are we just doing it? Oh, we're doing it. We are totally doing it. We're going to see once and for all if these are any good. I don't know that they're good. Crushing Blow, we're doing it. Giving things guard, we're doing it. Shackling creatures, doing it. Playing with combat math, doing it. This draws a card. This is our curve, 2 and 3. That's pretty much bad, right? Factotums, doing it. When it takes damage, draw a card. Oh yeah. Breakthrough, 100%. Orb of... Can you imagine prophesying an orb or a gold brand? Who cares? We're doing it. What do we need here? 4s. Okay, cool. All of these are bad. Give another colorless creature +3/+3 and guard. That's insane. Like, I would just maybe make 2 more of these right now just for this match. This already has prophecy. Sure. Silence a creature, draw a card. Sure. Alright, what else? We need more 4s and more 5s. This is... We're not playing that. I'm telling everyone right now, it's never happening. I will never put this in a deck. Will they have supports? Who cares? We're doing it. We need 1 more. Oh my god, 1 more. Nope. 6. Nope. 5. Last gas, put a random Dwemer into your hand. Nah, fuck it. Sure. Doing it. I'm not even going to title this. It's just going to be neutral. It's going to be neutral nonsense. Sure. Neutral nonsense, and that is all that it is. We can't put such an awesome avatar as this Dex. We need to put like the most useless one, like a really, really lame looking one. I don't think that there are lame looking ones. Can't be Alduin. Alduin's boss. Yeah, like this useless attribute stone. Yeah, perfect. That's the kind of card that this deck really needs. Alright. Mono 2 drops. Prophecies out the ass. Our deck probably sucks. Let's play. Brass Fortress Cultists. I just don't know how you can have a beard like that and no hair up top. You just look so unbalanced, right? The cultist machines are ready to leap to their defense. Sure. Are we going to fight stuff that I'm just not going to be able to answer? This is 2, 2, and 2. 2, 2, and 3, right? Do we just do it? We probably don't want to play this until we have other factotums, so let's send this back. Alright. Oh, yeah. We'll probably just play this first, right? Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, yes, absolutely. Eat it. Oh, yeah. Okay. And all of a sudden you have a unique legendary? Oh, it's you. It's actually just you. I've actually seen this card used before. I think it's kind of good. It's one of those things where it dilutes your deck a little bit because you add 3 more things into it. But, like, imagine shuffling 3 more prophecies into your deck, right? Like a harpy, or it doesn't matter. Pick a prophecy. A lightning bolt. No, you can't do a lightning bolt. It has to be a creature and item, and I'm an idiot. Well, we can't let this buff start going off, so we're doing that. We're doing this. We'll damage ourselves. That way I can trade into that. Yeah, go face. Prophecy. That is right. Sure. So let's give everything... Let's beef up the defenses of everything. Or maybe we do want to give everything guard. I don't think so. Alright. This doesn't trigger. They don't have a colorless card in play, which is great for us. And then we can play with combat math here and trade into that. At the start of your turn, give another random friendly creature 1/1. Or we just play 2 of these and start going crazy, giving things 1/1. We can do that next turn, right? We'll be on 5. We can shackle whatever threat they put down, plus play this, stabilize. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright. Sure. Alright. Well, are there actions in this deck? I haven't seen any so far. Okay, so we'll shackle this, although it probably won't be able to attack anyway, right? Like, do we just trade here? I think we probably just trade here. Keep the board clear. Alright. Now, it's highly likely that our opponent will also have some great prophecy action. Oh, man. Crap, we didn't get a single trigger off that yet. I'm not sure we're worried about this attacking. And if it attacks once, I'm just willing to be okay with that. We could give everything +1/+1 in breakthrough if we play this. But I think we kind of want to get this online. And I don't even care about this support thing. We're just playing it out. Sure. Do you have another crushing blow for this? You would, right? Wow. And that gets to attack. Yep. God, that is good, right? Alright, well, I'm glad we played that out, because now at least we take the trade. I don't think we give our opponent a card. What do we want to do? I guess we just play this out, right? And choose that buff. And then maybe wait to play this? I don't know. Do we attack? Sure, we'll give our opponent 1 extra card. Ugh. Yeah, I fucked up. That's pretty good. Alright, so now we'll just play this out. That way we can kill that next turn. After you play an action, give a random friendly creature +1/+1. Well, I have an action deck. It does seem like that's what this wants to be doing, right? Oh, this is what they shuffled in 3 of. That's a bit conditional, no? We need to attack and kill them, right? Like, this is one of those we need to get to actually killing them. Let's do this. Alright, no. Thank God. Cool. Do we give our opponent a second card? Yeah, why not? We're playing an all-neutral deck. We have no regard for prophecies whatsoever. We have a 6-drop in our hand, which probably sucks. Oh, God. That's so bad. This can attack now? Like, they just had to have... They had to have an action, right? What is this? If you have a colorless card in play, +3/+3, 5 for an 8/8 doesn't seem bad. Alright, so now what do we do? Because I honestly think we're probably just losing at this point. Let's go face. Or we could play Goldbrand and double trade into this, which seems really bad. But maybe we have to. Because otherwise we take a bazillion. We can't really be taking a bazillion. I'm a math guy. You can trust me, that's an actual number. Alright. Shackle my 2/1, sure. Not my highest concern here. Unfortunately, oh yeah, silence a creature, draw a card. What do we want to silence? Do we want to silence our own creature so that we can attack next turn? I think we do. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, and that worked out. Now we can do 4 damage to something. It's probably this, right? Like, if we take 8, that's bad. Really bad. But this giving stuff buffs is also kind of really bad. We could also put this here as a safeguard. Like, maybe if our opponent can attack next turn, they'll attack into Dwarven Ballista instead. Kind of like as a trap. Activate my trap card. And then we just do this and give this card, which does survive in this trade. Alright, cool. I don't know what that card is. Merchant's Camel. Prophecy. Summon. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Draw 1 and discard the others. I mean, you filter through 3 cards, right? So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's kill this. Let's just 100% make sure it's not a problem down the line. Yeah. Now, we did this so that if we do trigger a creature that has... Yes, okay, perfect. Yep. We're going to play Lurking Crocodile. We're going to Crushing Blow that. We pass turn, and now we have lethal set up for next turn. Okay. Unbelievable. Well, that could kill us, right? We kind of need to hold this, because if we connect with even just this next turn, we win. Yeah, and literally all of our cards have prophecy. So as our opponent does damage to us, we will get a prophecy. Yes, that is fine. This is going to be +2 or lethal. Yeah, let's give everything lethal. Oh. Okay. Alright, that's why we held on to this Crushing Blow, because now we can win. Alright. Probably the most bizarre match I've ever played so far. Is this deck good? No. No, it is not good. Don't ever do this. But I mean, we did kill that guy. But it's not good. Clockwork Apostle, this card put in so much work against me in 2 separate games. Like, it's 7 for a 3/3, which is terrible. Everyone watching this video needs to understand how bad that is. And it puts 4/4 extra power on the board. So you're getting 7/7 for 7. It's exactly vanilla stats, which is bad. But this summon effect, I have seen do so much work. Like, this card can come out and close out a game. Give something +4/+4, and then they just attack. That is cool. But are there not other things in this game that do that for less than 7? I think now we're starting to ask the important questions. After we killed you.
Outlanders. They raided our settlement and stole our most precious artifact, a star crystal containing Sotha Sil's last memory.
Other Outlanders? He must mean the treasure hunters you fought with. Maybe they have swims. Which way did they go?
That way, into the Maya Mechanica. Please, return our relic.
Does he have a beard and a mullet? I think he has a beard and a mullet. It's awkward at best. Alright.
Well, if it isn't the fool we got the ring from. Come for your friend?
Swims!
There's a hefty bounty on this Argonian's head. But tell you what, throw down your weapons and promise to leave us to plunder in peace, and you can have him.
I think we definitely want to start with swims at night, right? I mean, that has to be the better option here. But we face more opponents. I mean, come on, bring it on, right? Oh, we have to pick our own deck to play now. Let's play Telvanni. I just have had a fun time playing this deck. It really just is a value deck, and that's the kind of thing I love playing. We could take this reworked version of this jank deck out again. But I think we only played like 1 or 2 matches with the Telvanni deck, so let's do that. I don't know what everyone enjoys seeing the most. You know, again, if anyone ever actually sees this video, maybe drop a comment that says, we like when you play whatever. And then maybe I can focus more on that. Or you suck at whatever, you need more practice, play that deck more. Sure. That's also good feedback. Swims is back, but you've been ambushed. Alright. Put a random 0 cost. Oh my god. I think that the synergy here is awful. Summon. Put a random 0 cost card into your hand. After you play a 0 cost card, Swims at night gains 1/1. Okay. So we're not playing a good deck for this because we don't have any 0 cost cards in our deck. We're not keeping any of this. This is much better. Alright. I mean...
Although it's just occurred to me, why don't we just kill you now and take our captive back?
And this is why I don't fuck with blondes, honestly. Okay. And it's going to be dead before we even get any value out of it, right? So what is this? Treasure Hunt. Support item action +5/+5. After it attacks, give her cover. So, got something, an item. So now we know our opponent has an item in their hand. We could summon a 0/1 in each lane. But why would we do that ever? Even for nothing, why would we ever do that? I guess we do this just because, well, we got a discounted Devaith's experiments, so that's cool. Oh, God, this is... Alright. Alright, everybody. Alright. Is this permanently shackled? What? We don't have a play. Like, maybe we just do this, right? At least this can't attack into this now. Sure. Sure. Next turn, we're probably going to have to lightning bolt something. Okay. Yep. Alright. How to lose 101. I don't know why. Like, why is this a card? That has to be the worst card I've ever played in this game so far. Summon is 0-1 in each lane. What does that do for me? Like, the game probably could have given me any other 0-cost card and it would have been better than this one. Basic white girls everywhere probably think this thing is cute. We're just going to die, though. So, I mean, it's not really a... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. We're probably going to have to tech a deck with 0-cost cards specifically to get some type of value off of Swims at Night here. Because we are 100% getting wrecked. Like, yeah. Yeah. Well... And, too little too late with Brynjolf, right? I mean, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we can mitigate 2, so we still take 11 at the very least. We got attack. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sanctuary Pet this. Maybe this trades here, so then we just take 4. We still don't really have... I don't think we have really any hope after that, but it's, you know, this at least I believe keeps us alive. If we somehow come back from this, I would be shocked. Okay. Sure. Nope, we are dead. I think we're going to run this through again, though, because this deck has a lot of removal. It has Firebolts, it has Guards, it has Shackle effects. I genuinely think that we had a poor draw there. I actually want to try running it through again. And since we don't have a deck that supports the Swim synergy, let's just let our opponent have him, right? I mean, I don't know if that gives her a bonus, but... This actually, I think, is worse. Because if this accidentally dies... Like, we know that our opponent has equipments that they could put on this and attack into our creatures. And if they sabotage this, then... Let's do this. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. It's so demoralizing when he says that. And let's keep Swims. Oh, oops, it just resets the same. Oh, oops, never mind. Nope, concede. Okay. Okay. This actually would have been a good hand with Windkeep, Spellsword, and Sanctuary Pet if we were playing the other condition. So I think we still have to do that. Do we just tech 0-cost cards into our deck? I don't think we have good zero cost cards. Like, let's just experiment for 1 second to see if we have zero cost cards to play. And this is where a let's play gets real fun, right? Just watching somebody struggle through not having any idea how to do this. So we have 3 Nor Firebrands, which would theoretically be fine. Cruel Fire Blooms. It would kill one of their creatures, but the problem is they flood the board with weenie creatures. Killing one? The Guardsman seems alright. This one consistently seems excellent. Curse seems just really great. That seems like what we want to be doing. Shackling also seems fine. I'm off it. Let's just play with Swims at Night. We get 1 to boost him once. So let's play this again, and we're gonna delete that colorless deck basically the next time we have the option to do so, because it is trash. Let the record show it is trash. All right, Swim Tonight. So our opponent has those same cards. We have much better cards this hand. We have Firebolt, Windkeep Spellsword, Sanctuary Pet, beautiful curve, and we got a Curse, which I think might be the best zero cost card in the game. Or that 1/1 with charge. Actually, I think that card is probably totally broken. But, what do I know? Alright, sure. So, this is why Curse is good, right? Curse. Firebolt. Pass turn. Sure. Well, this can trade into this just fine. I'm not worried about that at all. I had no qualms about ringing this out. Okay. Sure. We're going to take 1,000,000 damage again because the AI only knows how to do one thing. Alright. 2/2 with lethal. Probably not a problem. We're going to get our contract here. 100%. And now we can go trade. Windkeep Spellsword? I decided not to trade and instead do this. Because this can trade with either one of these, or this can start taking some trades. And if we take 5, I don't think it's the end of the world, Alright. Sure, that card is actually great here. So that's awesome. Alright. Kill the lethal one. We could Sadras Agent. That eats 2 more of these, and then we take 3. And we keep Swims at Night alive. I mean, do we care if he's alive at this point? I don't think so, right? We just take the trade and then eat these 2 creatures. Yeah, I'm sorry, Swims. We had to sacrifice you for the greater good. Oh, God. What a beautiful card. And this got the item. Okay. So, why would you put the treasure map? See, this is... The AI does some funky things, right? Because why would you not put the treasure map on this card, which you know would search for another item? Like, you would just guaranteed get the item at that point. We probably want to do some Shornhelm Champion shenanigans in this lane. Like, do we want to reveal the Unseen? I don't think so. Do we want a Cicero? I don't think so. We're going to take 6 next turn. Or we could Sanctuary Pet. This. We still take... We take 2. We either take 5 or 2. Can we take 5? Let's play it safe. And then maybe reveal the Unseen? We could Sanctuary Pet this, but we'll take 2 and we'll play Revealing the Unseen instead. Alright, well, should have kept Swims at Night alive, because that value. We probably want to save this for this in case our opponent puts anything here. We can heal it, get another contract. Sure. And the completed contracts actually do synergize with Swims at Night pretty well. So there's that. So our opponent did some stuff that I didn't catch while I was rambling a bit. But basically, give the wielder cover at the end of turn. So is that like a one-time effect or a permanent effect? I guess we Thieves Guild recruit and then Sanctuary Pet this again. Yeah. Okay. Lightning Bolt is good, but I still think we just kind of do that. Alright. Pass turn. Yep. Please stack this creature up with actions. Yes. Oh. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. So, in my very first video ever, I talked about how I didn't think items were great. Because if you have a creature that you stack a bunch of items on, and you don't get any value out of those items, and then your opponent has a way to remove that creature, you basically just get multiple X for 1. And in this case, it's Treasure Map, Steel Sword, Mace of Encumbrance, Assassin's Bow, and Thieves Guild Recruit. That's a 5 for 1? That's what that looks like. It's like that book 7 in 1 blow or whatever. I don't remember the name of it. We'll play out Cicero and we could just start drawing cards like crazy. And then when we actually put some power on board, I think we start trying to win the game. So this is action, treasure hunt for all those things. It gets +6/+6. When a friendly treasure hunter finds something, summon Skywag or give Skywag 1/1. And it just puts another creature out. So we can just kill that with Lightning Bolt, right? Just so that we don't have to deal with that at all, like at any point. And maybe we just punch for, maybe we just draw 2 cards. Yep. And we can play this and exalt it with the contract. Yeah, because we have to play something, right? Because we have 9. I mean, we would draw into 10 unless our opponent has a charge creature, and then we would overdraw. So maybe we just actually play out this instead. That seems fine. Sure, and then pass. Now that we have some power on board, I think we can start attacking next turn. What is this? The first time you summon a creature, return, equip it with a random item. And it got Dragon Priest Mask. Okay. Well, we'll probably destroy that. So let's start going crazy. By going crazy, I mean give our opponent 1 card a turn. I found that the appropriate number of cards to give your opponent every turn is 1 if they're top decking. Like, that seems okay for the most part. We don't have... I think we just want to silence that, right? Definitely. And then we could... we draw a bunch more cards, but that seems really bad at this point. Like, we could go up to 10, and then we'd have to play something. We get Mage's Trick this to give it +3/+3. Sure. Now we have 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, which seems good. And then reach. And we're going to take a few, but that's fine. Will we overdraw? No. Maybe we just want to heal this anyway. I don't think it's right to use that without a cause, but just in case our opponent has something, we definitely don't want to overdraw.
Mine. Back off.
Sure.
There isn't a lock that will keep this one out.
Sure. Alright, give a creature cover. All of this is fine. We can Leaf Lurker that, Shadowfin Priest that, attack for a bazillion. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe we just go for the kill instead of getting cute Leaf Lurkering and doing all this other stuff. And Cliff Racer for the win. Sure. Alright, cool. So I had a feeling that this deck would probably be good against this because we do have ways to just control the board. We just had a really, really, really bad match 1. So. Oh, we used the last gasp ability. Cool. We'll eventually get that gold. Murkwater Guide, Treasure Hunt, 0 cost card, put a copy of the treasure into your hand. So this I actually really like, because if you do Treasure Hunt for one of those curses or, you know, the 1/1 with charge, and I know I mentioned those two a lot, but they just seem to be the standout really great ones, then you get a second one, plus if you have like some Swims at Night or that Swindler's Market synergy or whatever, like I could definitely see kind of a meme deck being built around this. It might actually even be good. Who knows? Like, there might be enough cards in the game to support it. Plus, there's that Goblin that when you connect, you get a 0 cost card from your deck. So, I think there's definitely viability for this card in constructed play. I mean, a 4/2 body isn't bad. It dies to Firebolt, but so do a lot of other things. And the upside of, like, maybe you play your... I forget the name of it. It's the 2/2, and when you connect, you get a 0 cost card. It's a Goblin. So you play your Goblin on turn 1 with the ring, and then on turn 2, you play this thing, and you pilfer, and then all of a sudden you get 2 0 cost cards. Like, at that point, this has almost... I mean, like, it's done its job, right? Because you only get the Treasure Hunt once. Like, you get the check mark, and then you don't get it again. So as long as you've gotten it once... like getting 2 curses or something that you can then just curse something down or whatever, or curse Leaf Lurker, etc. So this is a card from this set I'm more excited to see and possibly build a deck. Again, this is one of those needs the engine to be good kind of cards, but it might be possible. I could see at least entertaining it.
They're running. Now, if only we knew what they've done with the cultist memory star.
You mean this memory star? I stashed it away when they thought I was unconscious.
You're a wonder. Let's take a look at it.
See, I told you he had already stolen stuff. No one believed me, but he is a thief. Let's just do it.
This day has appeared in all my simulations. The end. My dear friend Almalexia has come to kill me. Now everything depends on my calculations being correct. My machines need 22 minutes to seal the chamber of Lorcan. So that is how long I must live.
Survive for 1 turn. Can we talk about the voice acting? Once again, on point. Okay, these are my opinions, naturally, but what is this? Survive for 1 turn to win. Is this a puzzle? Okay, I'm down with that. These scenarios are usually very challenging.
Your time has come, Sothasil. All these years you've looked down on me. Have you any last words?
Oh, yeah, we're going to, obviously... Our opponent is being a bit too cocky, I think, so let's...
You could never hope to comprehend. You are not Sothasil.
Oh my god, that was savage. Hold on a second. Let's see what else this avatar has to say, shall we?
Welcome.
That's boring. How about oops?
Perhaps I miscalculated.
That's great. How about nice play?
Fascinating. An unlikely confluence of events.
Wow, I wonder how many people developed or experimented with how great this avatar's emotes are. What about sorry?
I take no joy in your discomfort.
What?
A stimulating exchange.
And implore is...
Pray to myself that my calculations...
Oh, man, that's awesome. All right, let's get around to doing this. So we have a bunch of stuff, and all we need to do is not take 1 damage. So there's 8, 8, 2, 0, 4, and we have 1 guard. Okay, so Shocking Wamasu, Arrest, and Ash Servant. So we could either arrest an Ash Servant or Shocking Wamasu and Ash Servant, but not Shocking Wamasu and arrest. So let's talk it over. If this connects, it would move over here, which would guard one of these things. We could arrest another one, which would take care of both of these. And then we can't Shocking Wamasu, so we have to Ash Servant, which doesn't help us get through any of that. What is this? Doomcrag Vampire, lethal. Other friendly creatures in this lane have lethal. So, if we steal that, then this has lethal, this has lethal, this would be able to move over there, and then if we played Ash Servant over here, we could kill the other one and use this to block it. So, Arrest and Ash Servant, I think that's the line. Alright, sweet. So we go, kill, kill, do this, it moves over to block 1, Ash Servant, kill the other. Pass turn.
Why are you silent? What are you hiding? Speak, curse you. Fine then. Die, old friend. Fall before the one true God.
Come on, we did it, no? Oh, we did. Alright. I thought we had chosen the correct line there. Obviously, we didn't take damage that turn. Oh, cool. So there's puzzles in this game. Something that we have not seen yet. What an interesting extra element. I think actually in the new Houses of Morrowind expansion, there are like the quote unquote story missions are actually all puzzles like that one. So I think I'm probably going to do a let's play of those as well. Although that one I don't think was too hard. We only had a couple options. Like if we had like a handful of cards and we didn't just have 3 options to choose from, would have been a lot harder, right? So Brass Arquebus 3/3 for 6. Last gasp, draw 3 different random 1-cost creatures from your deck. So here's my thing about this. And I always have some type of feedback, and it usually isn't great. And I'll admit that. Although some cards I just genuinely love the value of, right? But you're playing this on turn 6, assuming that you haven't ramped or found a way to cheat this into play before turn 6. So, in a vacuum, you play it on turn 6. Best case scenario. In a game where you most likely have already played a bunch of other stuff between turn 1 and turn 6. And presumably, some of that other stuff that you just played was 1-cost creatures. So, if you played a bunch of your 1-cost creatures already, this probably doesn't have a lot of them to draw left from your deck. And if you just haven't played a bunch of 1-cost creatures already, how many 1-cost creatures are you going to add to your deck just to get value out of this one card? I mean, like, you don't want your curve to be all 1-drops. There are a couple cool legendary 1-drops, and this is colorless, so it could go in any of those combinations, but still, I think the point remains again that this is just too slow for this card to be good. Oh, we got Galen the Shelterer. All right, so 3 for 3/3. Again, vanilla stats, and that's fine because this ability is cool. Choose a creature item in your hand, shuffle 3 copies of it with +3/+3 into your deck. So if you have, it depends on what you're playing against, but maybe you're playing an aggro deck or something and you have a Harpy in your hand and you shuffle that into your deck, and then as your opponent attacks, you just have a higher chance of getting Harpy Prophecy action. Or maybe you're in a control matchup and so you want to shuffle 3 Manticoras into your deck, or Mirax, or whatever the case may be, so you can get super high-end value. You can control your opponent. You have more resources than them, I'm going to actually add this to this deck, and probably any purple deck that is like a control style deck. I don't think this goes in an aggressive deck because although it does put 3/3 power on board, you kind of take a turn off to play this and then get value later on. But in a control deck, again, I think this is probably a really great card. It's just a way to help you gain more value than your opponent down the stretch. And again, I think a lot of the legendaries are good. Some of them just seem straight bad, but
I die. But what is death? A natural function. The chamber is sealed, the work begun. It will take approximately 207 years. But what is that? A rounding error. The new heart of Lorcan will be completed, and it will power my city for all eternity.
all right.
The Heart of Lorcan. Azura, protect us.
What are you talking about?
The Heart of Lorcan is one of the most powerful and dangerous artifacts in history. It's what Sothasil and the others used to become gods. Dagoth nearly used it to take over Tamriel before the Nerevarine destroyed it. But if this memory is true, then somehow, somewhere in this city, the machines have built a new one. The heart cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. We have to find it before the treasure hunters do.
If we can find more of these memory stars, maybe we can puzzle out where it is.
All right, so really cool finishing that last segment against Sothasil. It seems like the pronunciation of that is unclear to me because Laneth is pronouncing it Sothasil, but I think he and Swims at Night, or even Galen, said Sothasil, so I'm not actually sure the correct pronunciation of that. I'll probably have to look it up, but really cool chapter. Or a really cool episode, I should say. I think I enjoyed episode 3 more than I enjoyed episode 2, and episode 1 was just maybe the best gameplay that this game has had to offer so far. I will probably replay episode 1 just for the fun factor, and I highly recommend everyone do the same. It's one of those things that if you like that style gameplay, then I don't think that you can do a whole lot better than it. So, overall impressions, the reward cards, again, I hate to be so negative about it, I really do, but I feel like you pay the $20 not necessarily for the story, although these individual missions are good, don't get me wrong, but I think you're also kind of just trying to buy new card value that you wouldn't normally be able to get. And in the Fall of the Dark Brotherhood, I definitely felt like I got that, right? There were a lot of cards that, to me, seemed powerful. In this expansion, the only two that have really stood out to me as being great are the Argonian, why can't I think of her name? Sailsdew Storms, and Galen. And sure, paying $20 and playing all the missions and getting, just 2 unique legendaries that probably are always auto inclusions in those colors is fine. Don't get me wrong. But the factotum kind of gimmick doesn't seem great. The treasure hunt mechanic seems a little draw dependent, sort of based more on luck again than skill. Like, you could probably build a deck around being able to treasure hunt for the stuff you want and smooth out your draws and have more consistent draws, and then that mechanic might be great. But overall, the treasure hunt mechanic and the factotum mechanic, I'm not sure are great. I think there are other mechanics in this game that are better. Like, even in the Houses of Morrowind expansion, which just dropped, like that betray mechanic that you can basically cast a spell twice just by sacrificing something. Like, there's a deck running around that is absolutely nutty good. It uses Birthing Pod. I don't honestly remember the name of the support. Again, I'm kind of new. I don't remember all the card names. But it basically is Birthing Pod, and you sacrifice a creature, and it searches your deck for a creature with 1 mana cost higher and puts it into play. That card seems a bit too good, especially with the last gasp effect on a lot of the creatures that are played in that style deck, and then you use the betray mechanic and you can just play spells twice on a turn. I'm sorry, is that not great? So, even that mechanic alone seems really cool. And then the rally mechanic in an aggressive deck where you just play a rally creature, and if it sticks, you just buff up the rest of your hand slowly but surely. I got blown out by a rally deck. And when I say blown out, I mean it wasn't even close. Blown out. And so again, the factotum buff and the treasure hunt mechanic just seem a little draw dependent and a little slow. Like, what if you don't draw any of your factotums? Then you've got this synergy in your deck that you just never get to see. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. Probably going to have to test it out for myself to know one way or the other, but those are my initial thoughts. Enjoyed the matches in episode 3, though, so I hope you enjoyed as well. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in episode 4.